you know what it's like. It's a bit contagious, you know, and see somebody with tears welling up. But it was a fantastic, different wedding. I mean, the Paventry, that word, was just as good, you know, with the horse guards and the open carriage and everything. Only Britain can do it. You see the occasional one somewhere, and it's nowhere like the same. And as you probably know, I was born in Windsor, in the St George's Hospital there, and I've never been. I might have mentioned this before, but we were down in London, Sue and I, and I thought, I'll have a go. And the trains weren't running that day, would you believe? So, and I didn't know whether I could make it on a bus. It's a lot further than you think. And having a look at that short walk from the wedding, I don't think I would have made it to the castle anyway, that's almost for sure. Right, so you've got some pictures, but I don't think she's done any of the beam, so she can let me know, but I've made a note in the book here. She's a while empty, why don't she came in group?
Yes, okay, Bob. Just trying to track this garden bench. It looks like it's going to arrive today, but we'll probably have a chance to nip and see Mum before it arrives. We'll just have to wait and see. Ordered a new garden bench, Gordon, to go with the garden. I've sent you, I've sent the pictures of Bob's new fencing, and I've sent some of our garden, which is nearing completion. You'll notice that the master's gone, and you will also notice where the fish pond was. And that we're down to one greenhouse. The fish pond still needs gravel over it. We're waiting for our nephew to come and do that. And then the garden will be virtually finished. The area at the back, where we used to grow the veg and everything, will be flagged over, but Chris can't come and do that until about July time. So that's no great worries anyway. It's not doing any harm down the bottom of the garden. The birds are nesting down there anyway, so we don't want to disturb them. So yeah, things are slowly coming together. Right, so you've another 6 weeks and a hernia to boot. You can live with hernias for years, can't you? Ian has one, he has an umbilical ball. I can't even say it's hernia, which has had a lot of years, but they won't do anything with it, so he just puts up with it really. It doesn't cause any problems. But that's one thing after another, isn't it? Just add it to the job lot stuff. Oh dear, the NHS are doing wonders for you though, aren't they? That's absolutely brilliant. Well, we'll go and see Mum today, and we were going to do lunch, but if this garden bench is going to get delivered, it depends when that's going to actually turn up. It's Yodel that are doing the delivery, and they're not exactly the best of carriers to deal with. We've had some horrendous deliveries in the past. G3ZF said, G0YLM.
Yes, G0YLM, G3ZF. So what you sent them by, have you sent them to my Gmail address, or have you sent them to Facebook?
I've sent them to the wrong one. I've sent it to your PlusNet account that you don't use. I'll resend them, Gordon. Have an over. By the time you've finished, they'll be at your correct address.
Yeah, okay. I never used the other one. I got that much junk on that thing. It was all to do with Java. I downloaded Java, and after that I got streams and streams of junk. Started to get office. You know, and I never used that at all. So I only used Gmail. So anyways, but there you go. Because I just had a look on Gmail, there was nothing there. There's a lot of other stuff that's come down overnight from America and whatever. So, but anyways, there you go. I get bits and pieces, and usually it's Hermes, and I find them very, very good. Excellent, you know. I'm going through a stage of books, Jack Higgins books, so I've ordered a few of them. They wouldn't be that thing, I ordered 4 of them. 3 them came, but not number 1. I wanted to read the first one first, but it hasn't come. It might be here today. But I've been reading through number 2. So, but anyways, there you go. So I'll probably finish that during my treatment tomorrow. Or as I say, I'm in for treatment tomorrow up at the hospital, talking to the nurses up there. Wonderful people, you know. So yesterday, and yeah. So that was that. Never watched the wedding, and Maureen was doing something. She only got the end bit. I said, don't worry, you'll see plenty of it on the television, I'm sure. But she never watched it either, so. And I was saying, there's probably big arguments all over the country. The fellas wanting to watch the football, the women wanting to watch the wedding, you know. But I don't know if they clashed or what, you know. Well, we were out on Sunday, went to the Dunes, which is Barrow's poshest hotel, the Dunes Hotel. And I had sweet potato curry and chips. It was lovely, but thought I couldn't eat it all because of the size of my stomach. So, and before that I had butterscotch soup. Yeah, so, yeah. And yesterday, a friend of mine across the road, her husband, he's a fisherman, so he'd given her a rainbow trout. So I had some rainbow trout as well. So yeah, my eating's getting better, but I think it'll improve once I stop getting this chemo out of my system. The other thing I'm trying to find out, I'm going to see somebody today, if I remember on. Pastures New, it's a health food shop. I'm going to ask them about detox. I need to get this stuff out of my system. You know, I've been taking baths with Epsom salts and drops of rosemary and tea tree oil, which is supposed to be good for this sort of thing. So, but anyways, there you go, yeah. And okay on the patio, Bob. Yeah, it looked marvellous, won't it, you know? Aye, so I wonder what you're gonna plant on it. They got some big tubs with things in or what, you know. Maureen's a great gardener. She's always in the garden doing stuff, you know. And when I turned up yesterday afternoon, what on earth is she using a drill? I could hear this, it sounds like a hammer drill. It wasn't, it was a shredder. And she was shredding stuff up, which goes into the compost there, you know. She makes her own compost, you see, and everything. I wish I had her patience with garden. But I'm a CW operator. CW's instant. Gardens, you've got to have a bit of patience and plant some of this year for next year. You know. But Margaret next door has a cottage garden. And I was telling her, I says, you've got loads of primroses in your garden. And look, it's really nice, considering she never ever looks after it. You know, so, but there you go. I just wanted to be tidy. I need to cut the grass. Well, what day can I do that? Because I really need to go uptown and do things today. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll see, won't we? Right. Okay, so I'll put it around to you, Bob. G1OCK, G3 ZFN.
ZFN. 0 while empty, 1 OCK, yes, okay, here, go on. Well, I'm glad you like the patio. Yeah, I love it. It wasn't particularly cheap, but when you think of all that length was the land ice, and he had a guy come down with a tractor And, well, it was a digger-type tractor, you know, one with a bucket at the front. And just dug them out, literally. And then obviously George came up, back off, and put the post in, and then put the fence in. But the trouble is with large pots, and yes, I have some, I can't pick them up. And there's no way I can get them round the back by sliding them. I did buy myself a little trolley, but it wasn't strong enough to take the big pots. But I've a few pots to do, to put in. I bought from Lidl on Thursday, I bought a tree, and I planted that yesterday here. It's a oh dear. You know, I'm definitely getting old, and the mind is not working. The mind is not working. I've just been told it's an office tree. I don't know what I'd do without the person on the band that's telling me what it is. Anyway, and I tried to pick that up, and I can't pick that up either, because that was going to go on the patio. So whenever I get Ian and Linda, and maybe this gardener comes today, I can get him to lift it and put it on the patio for me. But because it needs to be really out of the wind, in a sunny spot, and I'm going to have to drag it to my awful shed in the winter. It will take down to -10, which is saying something, isn't it, for an olive tree? But it's not a eatable olive. It says not for human consumption, so it's going to be pretty. And actually it's a standard, but if I can remember that, I'll send you a picture of that, Gordon. And I've never used the other email address of yours. I always use the Roach, not Roach, but you know, the one. So either that or Messenger. But I don't use Facebook for anything. But it is Facebook, isn't it? Messenger. What else? Well, I've made loads of notes, and I can't read any of them because I was scribbling at the time. And thanks for the report. 5-9%. You were also 5-9% on. And I don't know, your life, it's aren't you lucky, like you say about the fantastic staff in the National Health Service? I think it's tremendous. I mean, I don't get an awful looking after. The only thing I do is I get my warfarin regularly checked, INR, as they call it, and that's been a long job as well. Since I went away in October, as you know, for 18 days, and when I came back, I'm afraid I'd overdone everything, and well, not literally, but you know what I mean. And my INR is usually in between 2 and 3, 2.7 at the moment, and it was 6.9. And it's taken all this while, because then Christmas came up, didn't it? It's taken all this while for it to settle down, and it's the first time I've had 5 weeks this time of a break, we'll call it that, whereas nearly every time I've been, it's been 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever. It takes a hell of a lot of doing. Jan, the one I went to Alicante with, she's on a one pill a day. It's but her husband was on it, and what he did, he banged his head or something, and because she can't stop it, the bleeding with this particular pill, that's why he died. He actually had blood in the brain, and they couldn't relieve it. And so I can understand why. I asked the doctors about it, and they advised not to take it. If I'd have been younger, they would have said then probably you would have managed, but the older you get, the more likely you can have problems or fall or bang your head or something. And so that's the end of that. The stories from me are absolutely rubbish, aren't they? I really have no fantastic, interesting conversation. I'm beginning to wonder why nobody's rang me and said, "We'll buy that lineup of yours," and then I could just use the 990 and not worry about all this information, all this wonderful equipment that is just not getting used. I'm flying on listening on 80. I've forgotten the last time I've been in here, other than a Tuesday. I used to always have a chat with our friend over in Norway or Denmark, wherever he is, Jerry. But I haven't done that. The last time I talked to him actually wasn't that long ago when you think. It was the 6th of the 3rd, and I used to go on at least once a week or probably twice you see what I mean? It's gone. Bye-bye for now. D01LMC1OCK.
You do all right, Bob. But the band's starting to shift a little bit now. You dropped out on me at one point, but you're back again. That's the main thing. Right, folks, I'm going to make this my final. I'm keeping an eye on this Yodel delivery. They say it's 24 stops away at the moment from us, but that hasn't moved in the last 10 minutes, quarter of an hour, so I suspect the website doesn't work very well, so it could turn up at any time. But that'll be nice. That'll be something for Ian to play with, putting a garden bench together. Did you, I wonder if you got me pictures, Gordon, of the garden. Just quickly over to you, Gordon. Have you got all the pictures now?
Yes, I have. They're lovely. Yeah, lovely pictures there. And then I've got yours and I've got Bob's bench. And yeah, lovely pictures there, Linda.
Yeah. Well, where the pond was, that's going to be just gravelled over like the rest of the garden, and the back is going to be flagged over. So it's going to be very straightforward, very easy. Just, you know, we can see the pots that we have round, and we got a water feature as well, which is nice, a half barrel. But it's a bit strange without the mast. I mean, that mast was there nearly 25 years, and it's just very peculiar not seeing it anymore. But we're getting used to it, and the wire works perfectly well for the radio we do nowadays. So it was definitely getting very unsafe, so it was a good move. Evidently our crew's got £20, that was all he got for it, weighing it in. But we've still got the rotator cage here, and the rotator, John NYD, is going to take those when eventually he gets back into the country, whenever that is, and the beam's tucked away under the fence, so that's out of the way as well. Right, I'll love you and leave you. Hopefully talk to you next week, Gordon. And Bob, I'll talk to you later in the morning, obviously. We'll see where we go with good old Yodel. What a silly name for a delivery company. I'll listen once round. G3ZFZ, G0YLM.
G0YLM, G3ZFZ. Well, I find the best delivery company is DPD, because you get an email and they give you an hour window, and every time I've used them, they've been spot on. It comes within that hour, and I think that's a really good service, you know. But Hermes are very good, you know. They don't leave your cards, they leave it, if you're not in there, leave it with somebody. I've got a Chinese a couple of doors down, they've left it with them. And it's great, because the Chinese opens at 5 o'clock, and I usually go in there and still. I've never had a Chinese from there, actually. But anyway, there you go. Olives, Bob, I hate olives. I absolutely detest olives. We had a family do with what they call the Jade Fountain. It's one of these, eat as much as you like for a set amount of pounds, you know. And Dan, Maureen's sister's son-in-law, is a bit of a joker. And he was covering chocolate in Holland. God, I was nearly sick. Got one of these things in my mouth. Awful. So, yeah. But what you need, Bob, is a sack truck. Get a sack truck. You'll be able to move it around then. I'm sure you will. You know, if I have a sack truck, anything heavy, that's what I use, you know. And, yeah. Well, up to a couple of years ago, I was joking. I used to joke that I'm not getting my money's worth out of this NHS. I'm at an age where I get free prescriptions and I don't get any. Well, I'm making up for it now, I'll tell you. But anyways, there you go. And I must give, you know, credit where credit's due. The NHS, all three places I've used have been absolutely spot on, out of this world. The oncology at Furness General, they're absolutely brilliant. It's all first names, and nothing's any trouble. I went to Preston. I was in Preston for 10 days. They were lovely. Some of those lasses travelled fantastic distances. There's one girl there travelled from Liverpool to Preston, you know, and she was on about, should I get she wanted to change the car, should I get a diesel? But the problem is, with being in Liverpool, she might get stung for congestion charges. It's costing a fortune in petrol just to get to work and then home again, you know. So, and there was people of all shapes and sizes. Of course, we sent them cards, and in fact yesterday when I was at the oncology, they've got a board there with all the cards on. So I went and had a look at the one that Maureen had made. Beautiful. What a skill that is, you know, creating craft she does, and very skillful lady is Maureen. So anyways, there you go. Right, okay, so anyways, that's it. Anyways, I'll let you get on. Oh, and the simplest things work, don't they? I read somewhere that one of the best things to get rid of nausea is an apple. So I was feeling a bit nausea before, and I just got an apple, and I'm on my way. So amazing. Right, okay. So on to you, Bob. G1 4CK. Lovely to talk to you, and to you, Linda. And take care, and hope everything, whatever it is, works out for you. So G1, okay on the INR, but I don't know about that. I've got thick blood. As I say, I have a prick or whatever. It just dries up. I congeal very, very quick. So I think my blood must be thick. In fact, I'm very hot-blooded. I use a one-tog duvet, which is over at Maureen. So I come home and I was using my 4-tog. Oh, no, it's too hot. So that's another thing I need to do today. I'm going out to Dunelm and Milk to get another 1-tog. You know. So, anyways, but there you go. Okay, G1OCK with G0YLM, G3ZFZ.
Yeah, okay, Gordon. Well, I'm afraid I'm the other way around. I've a 15 on at the moment, and in fact I leave it on all year round. Not because I'm cold that much all the time, because last night, I must be honest, I had my leg out, and I opened the window in the bedroom, Linda. Just think about this, this is really over the top. But it was 27 degrees in the house yesterday. It's 16 at the moment outside, and quite cool. There's quite a breeze, but 21 in here, but there's been no heating on. That's just normal, you know, for the sun that's shining. So that's the way it goes. And I've just noticed that the clock on this Helicraft K3S is an hour slow. In fact, it's more than an hour. It's a bit wrong. And it's 10:16 here, Gordon, which I'm not quite sure what's good about. Anyway, take care, look after yourself, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you. And it's Maureen, I love, as always. She's the one. Thank you, Linda, and then we'll Do you want us to take either BCRLiveStream to take it?
Yeah, as Ian's just pointed out, your radio's set to GMT, Bob, to follow your logbook. So although the time might be out slightly in a few minutes either way now, it depends how accurately it keeps time, really. Yep, all right. I'll get on, and we'll go and see if this washing's dry. I've been up since just gone 5 o'clock. I'll be washing out by 6, so it's dry already. Lovely to have some sunny weather. Look after yourself, Gordon. Take care, Bob. I'll be in touch. G0YLM.
G0YLM G3 said yes, okay. 7388 Linda, and regards to Ian and everything. And Bob, yeah, when I lived in one of your type establishments, I found the big problem was summer. They were so hot, and it was all a lot of it was glass. And in winter it was great. You could put the central heating on, and you only had not a small amount, because you've got this cavity with insulation, the fiberglass insulation between, haven't you? And so it was great in winter, but summer was so hot. I used to have all the windows open and everything, you know. But there you go. Right, okay, I wish you 7-3. Enjoy your day. And see if you can borrow a sack trolley, Bob. See if you can move it with that. And then you could maybe invest in one of those, you know. So they're ideal for moving things around like that. But anyways, you'll work it out, won't you? Anyway, 7-3 both. I'll catch up with you next week. I should be all right for next week. Yes, it's supposed to be a good week next week. So yeah, and we'll catch up with the news then. So just one thing, Bob, in passing. Your audio is no problem. It's good audio, but not a patch on the audio you gave from when you're on Linda's radio. That was absolutely superb, you know. So, and 990s have always given good audio, haven't they? I've never heard a bad 990, and I've heard a few, you know. I remember the lad at Cartmel. He had a 990. Yeah, Silent King now, but yeah. Anyways, I'll say cheers. G1OCK. Any final comments? G0YLM. G3ZF.
Yeah, okay, Gordon. 7-3. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you next week, without any doubt. And yes, the audio one's setting up on this. I did it the same as Ian, which is a very similar voice, but his is a lot deeper. And I'm using the same microphone. I'm using the gold line, so the mic is exactly the same as Linda's. And I'm surprised really that it works at all, because it's been set for her. She set it up herself. So anyway, not to worry. It's working. People understand me, and that's really what it's all about. All the very best. 7-3, and talk to you later, Linda. G1OCK, clear the frequency. Bye bye for now.
Yeah, cheers, Bo.
Toodaloo the new.